All right, let's just dive right into this explainer. We are unlocking the absolute ultimate toolkit for accelerated learning to help you permanently conquer those really complex concepts. If you've ever felt like your study sessions are just dragging on, or that new information simply isn't sticking no matter what you do, you are in exactly the right place. Today, we're completely rethinking how we acquire, process, and retain information.
Here is our mission map for today. We're going to be decoding accelerated learning, checking out the Feynman simulation, spotting your knowledge gaps, playing around with visual and mental pegs, and finally, gearing up for your next learning mission. Let's get into it.
Section 1. Decoding accelerated learning.
So, let's kick things off by completely challenging everything we thought we knew about getting stuck on a new topic. You know that feeling, right? When you're struggling, your first instinct is usually to just go back to basics. You think, oh man, I need to review last year's material, or I literally have to start from square one. But what if endless remediation is the exact wrong move? Seriously, what if pulling yourself backward is actually slamming the brakes on your brain's natural momentum?
There is a massive paradigm shift happening right here. The old way, it totally relies on extensive remediation, going all the way back to the foundation every single time you stumble. But actual accelerated learning takes a completely different path. It pushes forward with grade-level content, but, and this is absolutely crucial, it deploys targeted, timely, just-in-time support for those prerequisite skills. So you're not stopping the train, you're just laying the specific pieces of track you need, literally right exactly when you need them.
And a real-world example just brilliantly illustrates this at scale. We're going to move from big university data models all the way down to micro-tactics. But let's start with this massive success story out of Carnegie Mellon University. They didn't just tell their struggling students to go reread their old math books. No way. Instead, they deployed a data-driven online tutor right alongside instructor dashboards. This whole system gave students immediate, highly personalized feedback exactly where they were getting stuck. And the result? Massively improved student outcomes in statistics in a fraction of the time. It completely proves that targeted, timely support works absolute wonders.
Moving right along, Section 2, the Feynman simulation.
Now, let's see how this builds from, huge institutional success into a tactic that you can deploy personally. Because let's be real, you don't need a massive university dashboard to get just-in-time feedback. Championed by an educator named Captain Sparks in our sources, this tool is named after a genuinely brilliant scientist, and it proves that being the teacher is actually the highest form of learning. Basically, the core idea of the Feynman simulation is to take a really complex topic and explain it so simply that a 12-year-old, a 6-year-old, or literally even a teddy bear could completely grasp it.
To see this in action, let's look at Captain Sparks' 3-sentence challenge. He basically picks up a toy car and explains the physics concept of friction directly to a teddy bear. Sentence 1. Friction is a force that pushes things when they try to slide. Sentence 2 connects it right back to reality. It's why your toy car slows down on carpet but goes really fast on the smooth floor. And then sentence 3 uses a great analogy. It's like an invisible hand that tries to stop things from moving easily. Boom. 3 simple sentences, perfectly clear and deeply understood.
Okay, Section 3, spotting your knowledge gaps.
But hey, what happens when you try this 3-sentence challenge and your brain just totally freezes up on the details? What if you can't figure out why a car actually needs friction to move? Well, the absolutely crucial point here is that getting jumbled up isn't a failure at all. It's actually a vital feature of the process. Like Captain Sparks says, that stuck feeling is your gap detection. It's literally your brain telling you exactly where you need to apply that targeted, just-in-time support we were talking about earlier. Finding out what you don't know is honestly like finding a super important puzzle piece that you didn't even realize you were missing.
When you step into the teacher role, you completely shatter the illusion of competence. I mean, it's so incredibly easy to read a textbook, think, oh yeah, I get it, and just move on, right? But reality hits hard when you try to explain it out loud and get totally jumbled up. By forcing yourself to explain, you stop just repeating words like a parrot, and you start actively creating your own real understanding. It forces you to reflect, to revise, and to target the exact piece of the puzzle you're missing, completely saving you from that trap of endless remediation. All right, on to Section 4, visual and mental pegs.
So once you've found your gaps and simplified the whole concept into a brilliant 3-sentence explanation, how do you actually lock that missing puzzle piece into your brain forever? Well, our sources introduce 2 incredible active learning tools to completely optimize your attention. The first one is the body peg system. This involves taking new info and anchoring it directly to familiar parts of your own body using incredibly vivid mental imagery. It helps you build a highly personalized mental model map. The second tool is the Draw to Learn challenge, and this fosters way deeper comprehension through active visual sketching. So instead of just staring at a page, you're translating the concept into a physical sketch, or mapping it right onto your hands and arms. This takes abstract data and makes it physically, tangibly real to your brain. And finally, Section 5, your next learning mission.
We've zoomed all the way from macro university dashboards down to micro mental sketches, so it's time to level up and accept your final mission. Ultimately, the entire goal of this accelerated toolkit is total mastery. Because look, if you can explain your new knowledge simply, you genuinely truly know it. And man, that builds absolute confidence. And remember, if you do get stuck, that's not a step backward. Actually, scratch that. It's the exact opposite. You've just successfully activated your gap detection and found your exact clue for what to explore next. So you can apply that targeted support and just keep moving forward.
So, explorers, it is time to put all of this into practice. Go grab a favorite toy, a pet, or even just a family member who will listen. Think about something really complex you've tried to wrap your head around this week, and ask yourself, what new concept are you going to explain in 3 sentences today? Where are you going to get stuck, and what missing puzzle piece will you discover when you do? What are you waiting for? Get out there and start explaining.